And we're on. Al. So it's another podcast on the sunny Gold Coast, and today it's with everyone's favourite person, Alan Stafford.
Good morning, everybody of the Gold Coast.
So, Al's the drummer of the world's greatest cover band, the Titanics. And you're setting up your drums. So we're not going to hold you up setting up your drums, mate. But I don't think we've got lots to talk about because our bass player left the band. We don't have to talk about. He was a good old mate, but he did it for long enough, and he had enough. So it's funny when you're in a band, hey, that you're in a band of sort of mates. As soon as someone wants to get out, it's like, all right, we miss you, but the very next 5 minutes, the rest of the band are talking on the phone. We've already made steps to find the new guy. The show must go on.
Well, exactly. We all knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And so I said, guess what? And Yvette's gone, I said, Rossco's just quit the band. So I'm there madly messaging people on Facebook and looking for bass players and joining the Gold Coast Musicians Association. And she's gone, you're getting back to him? I said, nah, fuck that. I'm looking for another bass player.
Yeah, show must go on. Yeah, that's right.
Keep on going, mate. You
That's
can't
it.
stop.
No, you can't stop. And it was it's always like that, no matter what team-based thing you've got. So it's actually, I've left things before and gone, well, they didn't even care about me, and looking back, of course they don't. You've fallen out of a machine. The machine is always going to keep going without you or not.
Exactly right.
So it's definitely spun me out as like someone in the team. When you've got this you're a part of some big group, and all of a sudden that group, even if it's like the family or anyone, someone like your neighbours get split up or something, it rattles your whole thing. Who am I? I don't know who I am in this group anymore.
Where do I fit in?
Yeah.
Who am I? Like we were just talking about before. Do you side with the lady friend, or are you with the boys in the band? Because that's it's a boys only kind of club. Yeah, we all do it. We're all older. We go out, have a good meal. And now the best thing is it's all about the meals and the gigs that we play.
Yeah.
So that was a good gig. And then I go to Steve, the guitarist, because he's a mad food head. And he goes, like to the point, do you know what? If we get a gig and we haven't done it before, or even if it's a Friday night or it's a Saturday night or a Sunday afternoon, he goes online and he checks the menu to see what the food, and he knows what he's going to eat before we do the gig.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't stop thinking about the coconut prawns. I had it at that Currawa Surf Club the other week. I can't stop thinking about it.
I can't stop thinking about the deep-fried battered king prawns we had at Cabarita Sports Club, or the hamburger with a lot at Canungra Hotel.
That's right. Well, it's those details, mate. Honestly.
It's all about the 4X gold and the...
Yeah. Well, you've been in cover bands before. So our old mate Rossco hasn't been in cover bands before. From what I gathered, because I joined your band, that he just started to learn bass. He's a great bass player, really good bass player. But he sort of joined a blues rock jam band. Yeah. And then once we started getting more and more gigs, we got hungry for girls dancing, I reckon. And we're like, mate, we need, if we play these other songs, and you just can't play blues rock all night in these pubs that book you and hire you.
That's right. And where Steve and I have come from, working flat out in the 80s and the 90s, that's all we did. We always played covers. And that got us work, constant work, made us money. And, just get straight back into the work mode. And, it'd become kind of like just a second nature sort of thing with the doing the gigs. And I think... And you've probably come from that working with the your original bands back in the day, Drew. And then it's like you just get back into that mode. You just get back into like gig day. You know what I do on gig day? And my whole family have always known it. Al does nothing. Al, I might go for a surf in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll come back. I'll hopefully have my kit or tune, everything clean, polished, ready to go. Be laying down, thinking about the new songs. And yeah, that's what I do on gig day. But some people still get up and go and work. You know, get up at the crack of dawn, go and do this, go and do that, and come to the gig and you're tired.
Yeah.
Like that's what do we do? Like say you do a Telebudger afternoon, start at 1:30, we get there 11:30, go to 1:30 to 5:30, get home about 7:30. So it's like a 6, 7, 8 hour day.
Yeah.
And if you've been doing stuff all morning and not like preparing yourself mentally and just relaxing the body, I guess it's different for me because it's physical what I do.
But still at the same time, you're in the entertainment business on this particular day.
That's
so
right.
you've got to focus on being bright and shiny.
Yeah,
to
and the
get
best
off
you
the
can
thing
be.
so that everyone's
That's
dancing and, hey, they were good, I'm going to book them again.
Yeah. And you're being paid by the pub or the club.
Yep.
And lucky, like, to me, I feel like we earn a good little, living. Not
World's
living,
best
but a good
second job.
second job out of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's where my head's at. But people that haven't come from that are completely different. Yeah. Like, you talk to Steve, and Steve's a lot like me. Steve will just go, I slept in, got up, had to do some stuff, go back to bed. And he's just thinking about the gig. And it's harder for Steve because he's got Steve, our guitarist. And you also, Drew, because you've got to go pick up the PA.
That's part of my wind down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's actually great.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind that, because if you didn't like doing it,
you're going straight from
you wouldn't do it. You'd just be going, oh, bugger that, do something else. Someone else do the PO and that.
Yeah.
So
it's part of my show is that you drive somewhere to get the gear that my head's tuned in. Listen to those songs on the way to pick up the PA.
Yeah.
And then have a laugh with your bandmate for an hour before you get to that show.
Yeah.
So you're 100% in the mode of the gig.
Yep, exactly right. That's exactly right. And that's all part of it. See, for you, compared to me, like you've probably got to whack on another, 3 hours to that gig day because you've got to come out from out the valley and then up to Main Beach and vice versa. So,
but I don't have to carry drums around, which is what you're doing right now, building drums.
Yeah. Everyone goes, why didn't you take up the recorder? Fuck, like as if I haven't heard that before. Like, Jesus Christ. I do the drums because I like the drums.
I was just telling you how I've got a drum kit at home I bought for $500 of someone. And on the weekend, I set my cymbals up like you do. I like how you've got your cymbals nice and like level.
Like really level,
yeah. I got back to my home studio in the shed and all my cymbals were set up from the last drummer like 3 years ago of this other band I was in. And I'm like, it just can't look. Couldn't even.
Yeah, it looks lame. It just looks lame.
Like, where's
anyway.
the drummer?
Yeah,
too?
That's right. Yeah.
So, and your gear's always nice and clean. So you should see my kit right now. It's horrible. But I played Metallica on the weekend. I tried to.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
So hard.
Yeah. Just a new appreciation for. Oh, I've always had an appreciation for metal drummers.
Yeah. It's just a different colour fish.
Just so difficult, mate.
Yeah.
And I think of it in when we have all our rehearsals and we come to rehearsal and if you're a drummer, you've got to do so much physical work compared to the guitarist or the singer who can, we just stand there. Yeah. You've got to physically move this. And if someone will say, oh, let's play that fast song again.
Yeah.
So different. Especially if you're rehearsing and the guitar player happens to be, you're an original band, say, and you're playing in a metal band. Like, oh man, I just don't feel like going. Yeah, but it feels cool. Yeah. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But see, to me, like, they're all great, and you see all these guys doing their drum solos and stuff like that. But to me, like, they do. I guess some people would say they have a feel, but to me, you can't beat a good, like, you look at the songs that we do that start with the drum beat like that. I know they're old and daggy, Mustang Sally or All Right Now. People just get into that groove,
Yeah.
That ga-doon, 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 da.
Yeah.
Gets people going.
Yeah. And like a live drum.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I love. I love the start of those songs. Yeah, where you can do that sort of stuff and just sit in a groove.
Yeah.
That's what gets people moving, man. It's like...
I notice, and I'm no drummer, but But when you're a newbie drummer, say, and you jump on a drum kit and you're like, oh yeah, I know I'm playing the time, but then I give it 20 minutes. It's like when you sing. The first 3 songs, you're like, I know I'm singing the notes, but it's not till you're singing the 4th song or you're drumming the 3rd song in that practice session that your arms are just moving.
You're loose.
And you're like, I sound like a record right now.
Yeah.
Like like I'm actually drumming in time. This drum kit is drumming me.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever it is. And that's why I get frustrated with people who say they can't sing because
everyone can sing. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Everyone can sing.
But they might go like, la, 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 la. Oh, that sounded horrible, and not sing for 5 years.
Yeah.
But really, they have to sing 4 songs.
Yeah.
They have to actually sing from start to finish 4 songs.
Yeah.
And then they'll go, oh my God, my voice is way different.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
that's right.
Yeah, and then it's just, the words come out of your mouth. Like but I'm glad they don't because I wouldn't have a gig.
Well, I hate it when we do, what's the song, Short Skirt, and I've got to sing that, na, 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 na. And I love it when you come in on about the 3rd one, because then I can pitch to where you are. Otherwise, I'm just kind of going, and I start going, oh, this sounds crap. Why? I can't sing. What am I doing singing in a band, you know? But I've always sung, especially in the 3-piece bands. So just the way it is.
You can sing.
Yeah, I just don't.
But again, it's the same thing. I'm always like, oh, the first song of the set.
Yeah.
Just, So you, as a drummer singing, you probably take 10 songs to sing what I've done in one song.
Yeah.
Think about it,
Because that's probably the first
You just go,
time that I've got to do some proper lead vocals. And that, it seems, that's about the 4th song in our first set. Whereas, we're all starting really nice and quiet and and that's another thing.
Front door. Hang on, keep talking, Al Stafford.
Okay, I don't know what to talk about. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, getting into the groove of the night, like getting in the groove of the night. You notice that, like when we do our first, 4 songs, and that's why I like doing the slow ones that we do because you get into the groove and you build it. And we've learnt that as a band over 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it's been, to start off and build them up, and then you build them up each time per set. I mean, that's what I've learnt from experience back in the
and I've learned then I can sort of hear the room too. And kind of hear if we're not in sync with the people. If you're sort of a little bit quiet in those first ones, go, okay, these people are watching the footy or something's happening. We're not with them yet. If we were to bust into some big drummy song right now, maybe they'll turn around and go, I'm not ready for you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's too early.
Haven't seen this is all right.
But it's like we punch my wife in the head. No.
Oh, easy.
No, not me.
No. Oh, yeah.
The punters.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to play the Hinterland Tavern.
Oh, God. No, I honestly believe of us, like we are so critical of ourselves, which is great. But we'll walk away from a gig, and like the gig on Friday night, like there wasn't a lot of locals there because of whatever reason. But we brought, like, how many? We would have had 30 odd of our crew had turned up. Came down. I was down at Cabarita, and all our crew came up from up north and came down. But, there they are saying, oh, no one's turned up. It's a quiet night. Everybody thought, being Good Friday, that it wasn't going to be open. Even we had to double check that the gig was actually on because, Queensland Good Friday, I don't think the pubs are even open, are they? Or you have to buy a meal to get a drink or something.
Yeah, it had to be in a restaurant.
That old
exactly.
law.
That's right.
So, but I can't believe, like, Easter holiday, why wouldn't that place be packed?
I know.
Cheap drinks, good food.
And you've got 3 holidays ahead of 3 days ahead
3
of you.
days.
If you were a local in there.
Man, where were they?
I don't know.
Whether they were all away, but then where were the people that are up on holidays? But see, these things happen in gigs, and it's like, you can't
do you
work
know the
it
band
out.
Fat Albert? Have you ever heard of Fat?
Yeah.
We've had this conversation, but I I don't mind saying it on this podcast, but they're a really popular northern New South Wales.
Right, okay, down
But
there.
I think they're like